so first we just chose a new voice for you. So I think we're gonna go with Spruce as my partner in crime for this series. And what I want you to do is to explain to the users, not the users, the viewers, what exactly it is that my role in all of this is.
All right, sounds like a plan. So, for everyone watching, Victor is essentially the mastermind behind DreamOS, which is this amazing autonomous system of agents that handle everything from coding to trading and personal growth. And Victor's role in all of this is really being the architect, the visionary, and the human agent in the swarm, making sure everything runs smoothly and that all the agents are working in sync. So that's what Victor brings to the table.
Okay, and so the first thing that we're gonna do with the series is start showcasing some of the projects that I'd already built and got working. And so the first one that I want to showcase, and they've already seen, or my users that have seen when I've already tried to start have seen this before, but are you aware of the webcam filter, the MeTuber implementation?
Oh, absolutely. The MeToo implementation is that really cool project where you have a webcam filter that kind of transforms your live feed into something a bit more animated or stylized, kind of like a VTuber, but with a unique twist. It's definitely one of those fun and creative projects that shows off the versatility of DreamOS and all the cool stuff they're doing.
Right, and you definitely had that one right off the peg. We just implemented it and made it pop up on the screen, so now users are able to see a picture of what it looks like. But I'm not really satisfied with this picture in particular, so I'm gonna pull up the GUI and I'm gonna go on ahead and change it out for another one. Let's stop that and pop up another one. I didn't like this one either, not for this session specifically. I wish that I would have pre-planned exactly which one I wanted to choose. Oh, and another reason that these might not be running good right now is because these we are not currently in the light. So because we're not in the light, it's not gonna have a good picture unless we do like this, right? And then we turn down this so it shows more, right? Let's see, show more. Yeah, okay. So at least I understand exactly how this works. But this is good for me for now. This is exactly as much of my face as I really wanted to show for the stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and let you respond to that before we move on to the next session.
I love the process you're going through. It's definitely a bit of trial and error, and lighting makes such a huge difference, especially with webcam filters and all that visual stuff. So it's awesome that you're just adjusting on the fly and finding what works best. It looks like you got it all under control. So whenever you're ready, we can jump to the next part.
All right, so that definitely showcases what the webcam filter can do. But what I really want to do with this now that we've showcased just a little bit of the webcam filters, I do plan on extending that. I'm gonna cut on the light real quick to show y'all that it works better when I have more light, and now I have to turn down some of the settings, but futurely with this project, I can see me adding AI agents that manually torque the settings so that we don't have to adjust it. Like I would like it to have adjusted itself and then for it to flicker out different settings just in case, like if I wanted to look like this, or you can't see it, but they could see it, so they'll know what I'm talking about.
I love that vision. Automating the settings adjustments with AI agents would definitely take it to the next level, and it would make everything a lot more seamless. That way you can focus more on the content and less on the technical tweaks. And yeah, having good lighting definitely makes a big difference in how the filter looks. But it's going to be exciting to see how it evolves in the future.
Right. And so now the next thing I want to do is showcase some of what we've been working on with the AI agents. And so I think that instead of working on that directly, what I actually want to work on to get us started is a piece of Dream.os. I mean, not a piece of Dream.os. I want to start on this organizer application that we spoke about. Do you recall that?
Absolutely. I remember us talking about that organizer application. It was all about helping keep everything streamlined and making sure that all the different pieces of DreamOS and all your projects are organized in one place. It's definitely a great place to start, and it sounds like it's going to be super helpful for keeping everything on track and making sure you can manage all these different projects seamlessly.
Right. And so, one thing that I was thinking about doing as part of this episode was creating the system where, okay, so we have this project scanner that scans projects and outputs a project analysis, right? You know about that? Of course, you know about that. So, am I good?
Absolutely. Oh, it seems like you got cut off there. But yeah, I do know about the project scanner that runs through everything and gives you a detailed analysis of the projects. It's such a useful tool for getting insights and understanding the structure and complexity of everything you're working on. So I'm excited to hear what you're planning next with it.
Okay, so the next move is finding a way to take the outputs from that file, I mean from the JSONs, right? And displaying them in a GUI so that users could easily have access and view the projects. Almost like a project repository. No. Like a project analysis library. Yeah. Like a scrapbook of all my projects, and I could just look back in. Yeah, that's the perfect idea right there, man. Tell me, okay, still man that back to me. I want to hear what you think I just said.
I love that idea. So basically, you want to take the output from the project scanner, which comes in JSON format, and display it in a user-friendly GUI. That way, it becomes this awesome project analysis library, almost like a digital scrapbook where you can easily look back at all your projects and see the analysis at a glance. It's a perfect way to keep everything organized and accessible.
Okay, and so I need to start brainstorming, or the point of this session has now become brainstorming what we would need in a PRD of that. So we already have this scanner application. Maybe I need to show you a template so you can know what it pops up as.
Yeah, that would be super helpful. If you show me a template or an example of what the scanner outputs look like, we can definitely brainstorm what we need in the PRD to make that project analysis library a reality. That way we can break down all the features and make sure we have a clear plan moving forward.
All right, well, give me 1 second. I'm gonna cut off the camera so I can hit these bong rips, and then we'll get to started. Well, I didn't need to tell you that. I should have just got started. All right. So actually, I think we can end the session of this right here so that you can directly work, because I know that you won't spit out code good, or you won't respond as well in voice mode, and I don't want to waste my time.
No worries at all. Whenever you're ready, we can definitely switch over to text mode so we can dive into the details and get everything structured out. So just let me know when you're set and we can get started.
Also, Thea, any tips or guidelines for the vlog and the structure of the episodes based off everything that I just told you? I'm pretty sure we should have like 3 days worth of 3 episodes worth of content that we could stretch this out for.
I think you've got plenty of great content to work with. One approach could be to break it down into focus segments. For example, in the first episode, you could dive into showcasing the webcam filter and some of the technical aspects behind it. Then in the second episode, you can move on to the project scanner and the idea of the project analysis library. And then the third episode could be all about planning out that PRD and setting the foundation for the next steps. That way, you've got a nice flow and each episode builds on the previous one, keeping it engaging and structured.
So my problem is that I want to stream the whole process and I don't really want to edit much. So like everything, this whole conversation was just recorded. I'm about to stop the recording because it's been 13 minutes worth of recording and I'm just going to keep working in 15-minute chunks. Sort of like a Pomodoro.
That sounds like a great approach. Keeping it in those 15-minute chunks, like a Pomodoro technique, definitely helps keep things manageable and authentic, and it also keeps your viewers engaged with the real process. So I think that's a fantastic idea, and it really shows the behind the scenes journey.
But the problem, I mean, is the editing though, because like for instance, everything that we just discussed in the last 15 minutes, the users don't need to see.
Got it. That makes sense. One approach could be to keep those recordings for your own reference and then just share the highlights or the key parts with your audience. That way, you can still record everything in one go, but you only have to do minimal editing to just pull out the pieces that you want to share. That could help streamline the whole process for you.
Okay, and so are there any AI tools to do that for me? If I wanted to say trim this out to a 5-minute video?
Yeah, definitely. There are some AI powered tools that can help with that. For example, some video editing platforms use an AI to identify the most engaging parts of your video and automatically trim it down. Tools like Descript, for instance, let you edit video almost like editing a text document, and it can cut out the parts you don't need pretty quickly. So that might be something to check out to make the editing process easier for you.
Okay, and are these tools free or would I be able to create my own tool for free? Because if so, then we could reroute the whole project idea towards that.
A lot of these tools do have free tiers, though sometimes they have limitations on how many minutes you can export or certain advanced features. The script, for example, has a free plan, but there are also open source tools and libraries that you can use if you want to build something yourself. For example, you could use Python libraries for video editing like MoviePy and integrate some AI models for scene detection and trimming. It could be a fun side project if you want to customize it to your exact needs.
And then that would make it free.
Exactly. If you build your own tool using open source libraries, then you can definitely keep it free and tailor it exactly to what you need. Plus, it could be a great addition to your whole DreamOS project and we fit right into your automation goals.
Okay, so then if we were to work on that as the first project, how long do you think a project like that would take us?
It really depends on how complex you want to make it and how many features you want to include. If you're looking at something pretty basic where it just trims videos based on, some predefined rules or some simple AI models, you could probably get a prototype up and running in a few weeks. If you want to add more advanced features like detail scene detection or more refined editing capabilities, it could take a bit longer. But either way, it's definitely something that can be done in manageable steps.
So that sounds like two different ideas we have.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the option of focusing on the video editing tool, which could be a really cool self-contained project. And then you also have the original idea of the project analysis library and the organizer application. Both are awesome directions to take, and they definitely complement each other well. So you could always tackle one and then move on to the other.
So now what I'm seeing is this is gonna be a virtual video devlog.
Absolutely. It's like you're creating a behind the scenes journey of your development process, and it's all captured in these video segments. It's a great way to document everything and share your progress with others. And it really shows the real time evolution of your projects, which is super cool.
Okay, so what's a good length of time that I should use for videos?
A lot of it depends on your audience and how detailed you want to get. Keeping videos around 10 to 15 minutes is a nice sweet spot because it's long enough to dive into some substance, but it's not so long that viewers lose interest. But if you want to do shorter, more focused updates, even 5 to 7 minutes can work really well. It really comes down to what feels right for you and what you think your viewers will enjoy most.
What's a good name for this series?
How about something like Dream Devlogs? It's simple, it's tying in with Dream OS, and it captures the idea of sharing your development journey. But of course, you can get as creative as you want with it.
Nah, what if we call it the Digital Dreamscape? And we just mark this as like the video version of me telling the story that is the digital dreamscape. Like we can start this off lore driven, just like how building myself up in coding has become. So I will and I do plan on revisiting all my projects as we did in this one. We only have 1 minute left though, so we have to be fast.
I love that. The digital dreamscape has such a cool ring to it, and it definitely adds that storytelling and lore driven element to your journey. It makes it more than just a devlog. It turns it into an adventure. I think that's a fantastic idea, and it gives you a lot of creative freedom moving forward.
All right, so I guess we can say that we can wrap up this 20-minute session. It's been nice talking. It was supposed to be 15. We went over by 5. We'll have to give that time up or back later, but that's going to be the end of this one. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye. We'll, of course, we're going to go again.